Hi everyone, and welcome to this class in which I'm going to show you my absolute favorite and also the most effective exercises to open your hips, release lots of tension, actually not just from the hips but also from the lower spine, because those two are really interconnected. So if we have tight hips, it often shows with lower back pain. So we're going to work on that. There is nothing you need, and we'll get started by bringing our feet as wide or actually wider than your mat. So bring them wide apart, interlace your hands in front of your chest, and we'll drop our knees all the way over to the right. Try to bring them close towards the mat, maybe even all the way down, and then through center and all the way over to the left. So moving them from side to side here. Really trying to find that rotation in the hips. Let's integrate the upper body as well. So once you turn over to the right, bring your hands all the way over, look over the right shoulder, and then through center all the way over to the left, looking over your left shoulder. So finding a twist with the upper body. One more on each side. And then coming back to the center of your mat, if you've been wandering off, we're going to extend the left leg long. Take the right foot either into your hands, or maybe we can place the foot into our arm creases, into the elbow creases. So right arm around the knee, left arm around the foot. And then we'll start to softly move our leg from side to side here. So creating just a little bit of movement here into the hip socket. So it doesn't matter either in your elbows or with your hands, trying to sit tall, bringing the foot as high as possible in front of your chest. Doing a few like these. And from there, we're going to move into a double pigeon. There are a few options. So we'll bend the left knee, bringing the shin parallel to the short end of the mat. And we either place our right ankle on top of the left knee, but this is honestly quite advanced and quite intense. So don't worry at all if this is not possible. Then you just bring your shins in front of each other. So we place the right shin in front of the left, keeping our feet flexed here. And so this is kind of like a cross-legged seat, but we want to make sure the shins are as parallel as possible. Maybe if it's possible, then keep the shins on top of each other. It doesn't matter if the right knee is really lifted here, that's also completely normal. Over time, it's going to soften down. Important, keeping the feet flexed, maybe staying just seated upright with the hands on the shins. Maybe we can walk the fingertips forward and holding it here in that deep sensation for the outer right hip. Maybe closing your eyes and trying to breathe through any discomfort. Seeing how far you can lower it down here, it's gonna increase the sensation. So just going to a point where you can still breathe deeply and fully through your nose. Last 2 breaths. If it feels really intense, try to stay with it. One more deep inhale. And slowly lifting back up, bringing our feet as wide as the mat and just letting them fall from side to side again. And then we'll move to the other side. So we'll extend the right leg, bringing the left foot either into our hands or into the elbow creases, so wrapping them around the leg and then starting to move it from side to side. So coming here into that hip socket and creating that movement. Sitting as tall as you can. And from there, we'll set up for the double pigeon by bringing the right shin parallel and then either stacking your shins on top of each other, keep your feet flexed, or bringing the shins in front of each other. So choosing one of these two options and then trying to sit tall here, hands resting on your shins or maybe down in the mat. And maybe we can even walk a little bit more forward while we keep both hip bones grounded into the mat. Doesn't matter if the left knee is lifted. Don't worry about that at all. It's gonna slowly and over time gonna soften down. So the more we work on opening our hips, the easier all of it gets and the more also endurable this will become. So I know this can feel so crazy intense. Let's hold it for 3 more breaths, breathing through the discomfort, remembering that that's where we create change in the body. When we put ourselves in these positions that feel so uncomfortable, but we stay there, we breathe through it. That's how we create the change. 2 more breaths. And slowly coming back up. Bring your feet as wide as the mat, windshield wiper, bring them from side to side. And from there, coming into our tabletop position. And we'll step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, tucking the left toes under, maybe walking your toes back a little bit, and then lifting the knee up. We start to shift forward and back on the left toes. Pressing your palms into the mat here to stay lifted. Maybe it feels good to make circles into the hips, so you can also try that. Reversing the direction. And then we lower the knee back down into the mat. Untuck your toes, either staying here, or we can maybe bring our right hand to the inner right thigh and then draw the leg away from us, rolling onto the outer blade of the right foot. So keeping the toes in line with the knee, opening your chest. You can stay on your palms, or maybe you can even lower down onto your forearms, so you can also try that. And an extra option here to add on would be to bend the left knee and then get hold of the foot with your right hand, and then allowing that connection of your foot to hand to open your chest up even more, opening the right shoulder. Holding it here for 2 more deep breaths. Inhale, exhaling. 1 more time, inhaling in and exhale to slowly release, maybe bringing both forearms down or coming back onto your palms. We'll hold it here just for 1 more moment, allowing the left hip to soften down. Good, and then coming back onto our palms and bringing the right knee back towards the left. Let's drop the hips from side to side here for a moment. And then we'll take our left foot and step it to the outside of the left hand. Palms are on the inside of the foot, tucking the right toes, lifting the knee up and starting to shift forward and back, lengthening through the right quad here. Maybe making those circles into the hip and reversing the direction. And then we lower the knee down, untuck the toes, taking the left hand to the inside of the left thigh and then draw the leg away, rolling onto the outer blade of the left foot, opening the chest. Option to reach the arm back, bending the knee and getting hold of our foot here, and then allowing that to open your chest, so you can find a gentle kick of your foot into your hand. Maybe we lower down onto the forearm, closing your eyes and allowing your muscles to open, to soften. And then we release the foot down without slingshotting, lowering it down into the mat, maybe bringing both forearms down or staying on the palms and just holding it here for 1 more moment. shifting the left knee back. Let's move the hips from side to side. And then coming back onto our sit bones, bringing the feet into a butterfly position. So we'll bring the soles of the feet to touch. Heels are about in one line with the knees if possible. And this is something I so strongly recommend to do every single day for maybe like 2 to 5 minutes. For example, if you're, I don't know, just on your phone answering texts or emails or whatever, or you're watching Netflix, just sit on the floor in your butterfly pose, holding onto your feet and trying to create length in the spine. Because oftentimes we're here and we want to work on creating that range of motion that we can sit tall here, opening the chest and drawing the knees towards the mat, opening the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling, softening the shoulders. If you like, maybe adding circles here, so circling the upper body in one direction and reversing opposite way. To center. From there, we'll move the feet further away from us, still keeping the soles of the feet together. So we have this big diamond shape, and we'll wrap our hands around the feet. This time, I want you to round your spine now. So doing the exact opposite of what we just did. So really rounding chin to your chest, and then slowly we allow the crown of the head to come down towards the feet. So rounding over the legs here. And slowly lifting back up. And one last windshield wiper of the legs, so dropping them from side to side. And we're done with this class. I really hope it helped you to release some tension. Let me know in the comments. Also, if you have any other video requests, I'd love to hear. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.